Jai Gurudev children, today we are going to start chapter 5 from Moments. First of all, let me give you a brief introduction of Oscar Wilde to you. Oscar Wilde was an Anglo-Irish playwright, novelist, poet and critic. He is regarded as one of the greatest playwrights of the Victorian era. In his lifetime, he wrote 9 plays, 1 novel and numerous poems, short stories and essays. Now let me give you a brief introduction of the chapter. The story The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde is a story of a prince and a little swallow. The Happy Prince was a beautiful statue on a tall column in the city. The story throws light on the problems of social inequality, the healing power of love and the loss of innocence. The statue of Happy Prince used to be very happy when alive, because he was kept ignorant of any sadness or suffering outside his palace walls. He was kept on a high pedestal after his death. His statue was made of gold, ruby and other jewels. His placement atop allows him to witness for the first time the pain and misery experienced by the poor of the city, of whom he had remained ignorant. A swallow bird and the statue of a prince sacrifice their happiness and wealth for the good of others who are more needy than them. So there are main 2 characters, the Happy Prince and the swallow. The prince, who is very beautiful statue which parts with all its wealth to help the poor and needy. And swallow is a migrant bird who sacrifices his life to help the prince in distributing his valuables among the poor. Coming to the summary part of the chapter. A statue of a prince is installed at the top of a tall column in the city. He was a real prince at one time. He was happy when alive because he was kept ignorant of any sadness or suffering outside his palace walls. His life was one of joy and fulfilled desires. Upon his death, a statue was made depicting him which was covered in gold, had beautiful sapphires for eyes and had a ruby attached to the handle of his sword. Because of the value society placed on gold and jewels, he was thought to be quite beautiful. Useless, remarked a town councillor, but beautiful. He is adored by all who see him. Unfortunately for the statue, his placement atop a high hill allows him to witness, for the first time, the pain and misery experienced by the poor of the city, of whom he had remained ignorant when alive. The statue, once happy, now weeps with sadness to see the plight of so many who have so little. A self-serving swallow bird, on its annual winter migration to Egypt, arrives to take overnight shelter beneath his statue and eventually becomes affected with gratitude by the statue's kindness and desires to help others. The swallow becomes the statue's messenger and agrees to remove the jewels and gold from it on the prince's commands to bring contentment, badly needed financial security and compassion to the needy people seen by the prince. These needy people include a seamstress who has no money to feed her ill child, who is given the ruby. A young man who is too poor to buy coal for his fireplace in the winter, who is given a sapphire. A poor young girl who is barefoot and without a covering for the head in winter, who is given the other sapphire, and many poor and starving people who were given parts of the gold leaf covering the prince's statue. The swallow acts as a messenger of the prince to carry the jewels and gold to these needy people. As the statue's gold and jewels are taken and distributed among the poor, the prince is no longer able to see the improvised people around him, as his eyes have been removed. He knows that poverty is there and he is not blind to the sufferings of others as he once was. Even without eyes to see, he knows that poverty exists. Eventually, as winter comes and it starts snowing, the swallow lies at the feet of statue and dies from the exposure and exhaustion. He could never reach Egypt because he exchanged his dream of a warm climate and comfort with a bigger dream to bring help to those who are in need. The heart of the sculptor cracks with sadness at the loss of his friend, the swallow. The most beautiful part of the statue, the kind and giving heart, could not be seen from the outside. Upon seeing the statue in such despair, the powerful people of the city, the town councillors, and the mayor decide that he is no longer useful because he is no longer beautiful, much like the poor who were exploited and tossed away by the rich. The statue is taken down. When the statue is melted in a furnace, the broken heart made of lead does not melt. It is thrown away onto a dust heap where the dead swallow also lay. God asked for one of his angels to bring him the two most precious things in the city. The angel brought leaden heart of the happy prince and the dead swallow. God praised the choice of the angel. God said that the little bird would sing forever in his garden of paradise, and the happy prince would praise him forever in his city of gold. If we critically analyze the chapter, we have the theme of dedication, compassion, generosity, struggle, appearance, sacrifice, selflessness, and corruption. Taken from his The Complete Short Stories collection, the story is narrated in the third person. The reader realizes that Wilde may be exploring the theme of sacrifice and compassion. The happy prince, rather than looking as one would expect a prince to look, ends up in a broken and disheveled state because of his generosity and care for others. By telling the swallow to take parts of his body, the prince is using his body and the precious stones and gold that adorn his body in a constructive and practical manner. He is helping those in the town who are less fortunate than him and who need a helping hand. This may be important as the reader would expect the mayor and the local councillors in the town to be responsible for the well-being of the citizens of the town. But this is not the case, something that is clear to the reader when the mayor suggests that the happy prince should be replaced with a statue of himself. If anything, Wilde may be highlighting the selflessness of those in authority. Rather than looking after others, they are looking and thinking only of themselves. They do not see the poverty that exists in the town, nor do they see the struggle that has overcome so many of the citizens in the town. Wilde also appears to be exploring the theme of appearance. While the happy prince is adorned in a finery, he is judged to be the symbol of prosperity in the town. Yet, when his finery disappears and he no longer looks as attractive as he had previously been, the mayor and the councillors want to remove him. If anything, the appearance of the happy prince is more important to the mayor and councillors than the idea of helping the other citizens in the town. The happy prince throughout the story is the only one who thinks logically and practically. He knows that his ruby, sapphire, and gold is worth more to those in need than it is to him. In reality, the happy prince sacrifices everything that he has, including his eyesight, in order to help others. Yet, the mayor and the councillors do nothing to help others. Being too preoccupied with their own sense of self-importance, for the mayor and councillors, their roles in the town mean more to them than actually helping the people of the town. They are driven by their egos and self-belief that they know best, yet many in the town live in poverty. Though it is clear that the happy prince has made a sacrifice, so too has the swallow. He has left it too late to fly to Egypt, and as much the cold of winter kills him. This is important as it highlights just how dedicated the swallow is to the happy prince. On several occasions, he could have abandoned the happy prince but chose to stay with him as the happy prince helped others. If anything, the swallow has served the happy prince well, even though he did pay the ultimate price for his actions. How powerful the happy prince's feelings for the citizens in the town is also noticed by the sadness he feels when he sees them struggle. It is this sadness that triggers the generosity and practicality of the happy prince. Though the happy prince knows that he is being stripped of everything he possesses, he continues to help those in need. He can see that there are others who are more in need than himself. At all stages in the story, the happy prince is concerned more about others than he is about himself. He is selfless. The fact that the happy prince's leaden heart can't be broken or melted down at the end of the story is also interesting, as symbolically this suggests a degree of strength and goodness. Something that becomes clearer to the reader when Wilde introduces a biblical ending to the story and the angels take the swallow and the happy prince's heart to heaven. It may also be the case that Wilde is suggesting that both the happy prince and swallow have lived their lives as God would like others to live their life, hence their ascension to heaven. Whereas it becomes clear to the reader that those in authority in the town are thinking only of themselves and not of the poor and needy. The happy prince and the swallow gave their all in order to help others, yet no other character in authority has done likewise. There is an element of corruption in the town among those in authority, and the reader feels as though there is no one left in the town to match the spirit and generosity of the happy prince and the swallow, who are no longer deemed to be appropriate symbols of the town, yet God sees it fit that they should live by his side, having lived their lives helping others and sacrificing all they have in order that others can survive and prosper.